Hey YouTube, it's my Ish Marie. I'm back with another video. So in this video, I'm about to make me a wig. The fall season is upon us, so it's about time to tuck the hair away. So I bought my closure and my hair from two different local beauty supply stores here where I live. The hair came 3 in a pack. The inches are 18, 20, and 22. And then this closure is a 10-inch. And here you see I'm bleaching the knots. And I had to do a lot of plucking, but I did that off camera. So here I'm just prepping to get ready to start sewing my hair on my cap. I used the normal dome cap to sew my hair on to make the wig. I really need to invest in a bigger dummy head because these styrofoam heads are way too small. But you just have to work with what you got. If you got a bigger one, use the bigger one. So I start with the closure and I put it right up against, a little bit past the edge of the dome cap. I pin it down first to make sure it's completely flat before I start to sew it on the dome. One thing you don't want to do is have lumps and like curves in it. You want to make sure it's completely flat. And it's kind of hard to get it flat up against this dome cap because the dome cap, the head is so small that it kind of wraps around the face of the mannequin, the styrofoam. So you just have to make sure it flattens out. The color of my closure is a little bit lighter than my hair, but that's fine with me. But I didn't know virgin hair came in black until I bought this hair. I actually looked at it at the store and I still didn't realize how dark it was until I compared it up against the closure, the hair on the closure. So yeah, it's fine though. I'm okay with it. And this video, I wouldn't say that this video is a tutorial. It's more of a let me show you how I do my wigs. I really can't explain the stitch method I use. It's different ways you can stitch, but I mean, if you know how to sew clothes, it's pretty simple. It's real easy. This hair that I use, I already washed it and I conditioned it. That's why I look a little frizzy. And I didn't put nothing on it after I put conditioner on it and rinsed it out. But it's supposed to be a body wave. To me, it barely has a wave in it. But today is my 3rd day wearing it as I speak. And it's not too bad at all. It was $79 for those 3 little bundles. And I'm gonna put the information about the hair in the description box. But it doesn't tangle at all. Once you brush it out the first time, it doesn't shed a lot, but it does shed some. I curled it myself and I didn't use no kind of spray at all. And the curls, I didn't even recurl my hair last night. I just retouched up the bang area. But the curl hold really, really good. I slept without a bonnet. I have a silk pillowcase, but I slept without a bonnet last night, and the curls are still there, so I didn't have to curl my hair this morning. So far it's good, but like I said, it's been 3 days. When I start sewing the hair onto the cap, because the wefts on this hair, they're really thin, so I double my wefts. Fold the track in half, and then I start sewing in the back. Now I started sewing in the very, very back at the bottom, not tip bottom, what you call it, the edge. The edge of the cap. I started sewing all the way down because I might sew some tracks in the inside so I can wear it in a ponytail. Now when you sew hair in the inside of a cap and you trying to wear a ponytail, it just helps when you don't want nobody to see the cap or see what's going on underneath. you can cut the track. A lot of people stop cutting tracks. I don't cut the track because I realize when you cut it, it's hard to reuse the hair when you cut it. Because you got 3 different lengths of hair. When you take it out, I guess all you have to do is really just keep it organized to know what length is what. But I stopped cutting my tracks. I just fold them over and just keep sewing. When you're sewing the hair near the edge where the elastic band is, you want to make sure you only go through the net and not through the band, because the band is what's going to give you that extra stretch. If you have a bigger head or a smaller head, the cap shrinks down to a smaller head, and then it'll stretch if you have a bigger head like me. So you want to make sure you don't go through that band, because if you go through it, you kind of restrict how much it stretches, and it'll be too small, way too tight, or too tight on your head. Okay, so when I'm getting to the edge, to the point where I'm about to flip the track to start sewing the other way, I always take that track that's closest to, and you'll see it in a second, the track that's closest to the dome cap. I always take that one by itself just a little bit further, and then I flip it by itself, and then when I go back toward the opposite direction, I'll eventually pick up the track that I dropped. And that I do that so that the edge of the, like where you fold it over, I do it so that it's not as bulky and thick and noticeable. It gives it more of a flatter look if you do them one by one, if you flip them and sew them one by one. Alright, so at this point I had to stop and start drawing some guidelines. You can take any kind of pen or marker, just something that you can see, and start drawing some lines so you'll know exactly where your tracks are going. It's easy to get off track when you don't have something to guide you, in the direction that you should go. So when I'm done, I go ahead and cut out the layer of that dome cap underneath my closure. So now I'm just going to go ahead and braid my hair down and get ready to install the wig. Now my hair is really thick and it was kind of tangled, but I used this Pantene detangling spray. It's really good for detangling hair that's dry. Not dry per se, but when I say dry, I mean like that's not wet. But it was moisturized, so I didn't put anything on it. I think, well, actually, no, I used some Shea Moisture leave-in conditioner. And I just did some straight back cornrows. So I use a flat iron to curl my hair. I really wanted some wavy type of curls. I didn't want the curls to be really tight. So that's why I use a flat iron. And for the long pieces of my hair, I basically just turn the flat iron away from my face. And then like at the top, when I get to the shorter pieces near my face, I use the flat iron and I curl the flat iron toward my face. Just so it's in the opposite direction of the way I curl the bottom. And I've been curling every time I have hair, I curl my hair that way and it just works out for me. So this is the final look for the wig. I really enjoyed making this wig. For the front, I did put a tiny, like maybe 2 to 3 inches of glue where that lace is. I think when I take this wig off, I'm not going to use the glue anymore because I don't like using it. But thank you so much for watching my video, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.